Hello friends! Recently I've been doing a lot of sloth sketches in my sketchbooks and I wanted to just show y'all and then show you how I did this one right here, this orange and purple one. So let's just sit back and hang out and I'm going to talk some and show y'all my sketching and painting. One thing I'm really excited about was I recently got this new watercolor palette, so now I have removable paint pans. So I spent some time filling them up with some of the colors that I've never really gotten to use that much because they've never had a home in my small travel palette. I like this design because I can add or remove any of the colors when I want. And so I can have a huge box of ready-to-go pans just waiting for me. So when I'm on the move, I can adjust my color palette however I want and just have that many more colors accessible to me. Plus this palette holds 24 pans. I just grabbed a handful of the little pans when I was at the art store because I didn't want to count in the moment. I got paint on my hands. They also sell half-sized pans, so I'll be able to fit, 48 colors in my palette if I want. So I'm starting out right now in my softcover Stillman Birn sketchbook. It's part of the Beta Series. It's got really nice paper that can handle a lot of water. It's much better for watercolor than the Moleskine mixed media sketchbook that I typically work in. I've had this sketchbook for a long time, but I only recently rediscovered it. I think the last time I sketched in it was 2 years ago when I was at Walt Disney World. So I'm trying to fix that. So I'm just starting out here with a red Prismacolor Col-erase pencil. I just purchased those. I have a few of them now, and I really like sketching with them. They lay down really nicely. They don't smudge too much. They erase nicely. They look nice underneath paint. They don't have any of that graphite sheen. They're just really fun to sketch with, so I've been playing around a lot with them, exploring, mixing them and blending them, and I've been sketching a lot of sloths now in the last week, maybe. I've done big ones, small ones. This is my final sloth sketch for a little while, I think, but I've had a lot of fun drawing them. They've got cute little bodies and weird long limbs, and little bean heads that I just find to be adorable. It's also really interesting drawing an animal that spends so much time of its life upside down. It reminded me of this trick that I learned when I was first learning how to draw many years ago, where I would draw something familiar, like from a photo, but flip the photo upside down. So then your brain and your eye can actually focus on what it's really seeing as opposed to what your preconceived notion of it is. So then you can start to focus on what is actually there. And I felt like I was doing that by drawing this sloth. I've also been practicing with using a limited palette. So for this guy, I chose to use the Carbazole Violet and a quinacridone burnt orange for his fur. I practiced with just 2 colors. So I'm starting by laying down the carbazole violet, and now I'm adding in some of the orange. And I go back and forth for a while and layer them on top of each other to create depth and value. Today was my first day starting a new project called the 100-Day Project. This is something that I've participated in multiple years now, but I have never actually successfully completed it. It's an Instagram challenge, so the idea is that you pick a theme, and every day for 100 days you make a post centered around that theme. Well, I'm really bad at doing that. The first year I participated, I chose the 100 Days of Nature as my theme because I wanted to get prepared for sketching outside and on the go for my upcoming trip to Scotland and Iceland. So I wanted to just, be more comfortable sketching things as I saw them, and I knew I'd be spending a lot of time outside, so I wanted to be ready for that trip. So I went on the trip, and I felt really great sketching outside and everything. It was really fun, but then I never finished the 100 days. I think I made it to like 64 or something. So, I considered that to be mission accomplished for what I was trying to do. And then the next year I did 100 days of mycology. So I painted mushrooms and other types of fungus. But again, I didn't finish the 100 days. I've probably sketched 100 mushrooms since then, but I just sort of stopped keeping track. And then last year I was doing 100 days of faces to improve my human portraiture. I think I did that. I think I'm better at sketching faces. I'm definitely more comfortable doing that, but I wouldn't say I'm like incredible at drawing human faces yet. So I made that about like 35 days before I just kind of got overwhelmed by the world, because last year was a little bit of an overwhelming year. I think we can all admit that. And we should be kind to ourselves for, any goals we didn't reach. But this year, I am, taking all of my learnings from the last few years. I decided that instead of sitting down and trying to get myself to do a themed piece every single day, because, 4 years later, I know that I'm not good at that. I am just trying to sit down and sketch first thing every morning. So as soon as I get up, before I finish even drinking my coffee, I will have a sketch in my sketchbook. It doesn't have to be good. It just has to be something that I made. Because I'm really bad at sketching in the morning. I typically don't start making artwork until, right before lunchtime. So I'm wanting to get more comfortable at just getting up, opening my sketchbook, starting to warm up immediately, getting out of my head. So that's my plan. It's not going to be, I'm not going to be creating 100 beautiful paintings that I'll sell, at the end of this. I'm just trying to create a habit. So follow along on my Instagram if you want for the 100 days of mornings to see my early morning sketches. I'm excited. My goal is to just, work with new color combinations that I don't normally work with, try out new art tools that I haven't really explored yet. Just try to be really playful with it, not be too strict with myself. Just have fun with it. Maybe my next video will be based on my process for each morning. Maybe I'll share things that I learned, things that I like each week, share little walkthroughs of my projects so far. So follow along here or on my Instagram, which is linked down below. I've also been having a lot of fun with my Skyrim travel sketch playthrough. I've played 3 weekends now, just 3 hours or so each time, but it's really fun looking at the game through a different lens and running through this landscape and saying, oh, I should sit and sketch these mushrooms or that mountain over there. And so I haven't shared anything anywhere from that other than what's available on my Twitch channel, but I'm looking forward to making some Instagram posts or maybe a video on here with a walkthrough of my sketchbook. I've only done 3 or 4 pages so far, but I'm getting really into it. It's really fun. So here I was an idiot, and I did not record me doing the brush pen over the sketch, which was seriously a bummer because it was my favorite part. But I had gotten up and walked away from my desk, and then I came back like an hour later or so, and I thought I hit record, but it turned out I hadn't, so now you get to see me just do a tiny bit at the tail end. I think doing the brush pen has to be one of my favorite pieces, or one of my favorite parts of doing art like this, because I don't know, I think that's what really makes a sketch that I do. So I don't go this fast at all. This video is sped up 200%. So I'm going twice as fast in this video as I go in real life. Sometimes I go painstakingly slow in real life, but I don't know if that would be quite as fun to watch as a video, but I could try it out sometime. I just got a Posca pen. I hope I'm saying that right. Posca pen. An acrylic paint pen. So I've been having a ton of fun going in and adding highlights, where normally I would have to just use masking fluid, or try to use gouache or a colored pencil. The Posca pen really helps those highlights stand out, and it's just super fun to play with. So I'm really excited about adding that into my toolbox. At this point, I'm pretty much done with this sketch. I'm just going in and adding some final touches, looking at it, one last time, adding in any little details that I think will really just help finish this piece up. Again, this is just in my sketchbook, so I don't really have a plan for it. Maybe I'll do a standalone piece based on this sketch, but I don't know, it was just fun to play with color and line and a new sloth. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. It's been a treat to be here again, and I will hopefully see y'all next week.